Welcome to Liverpool fans. Today we've got the latest updates of your beloved club Liverpool. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of breaking news. Let's get started. Liverpool Football Club have officially parted ways with head coach Arne following the damaging 1-1 draw against Burnley at Anfield, a result that proved to be the final breaking point for the club's hierarchy. What was expected to be a routine home victory instead turned into a night of deep frustration and growing anger, both inside the stadium and behind the scenes. Within hours of the final whistle, the decision was made and communicated. Slot's dismissal is immediate and irreversible, bringing a sudden end to a short and turbulent chapter in Liverpool's modern history. The Burnley match was supposed to calm nerves and restore confidence. Anfield, traditionally a place where struggling teams rarely survive, was set for a response after a run of disappointing performances. Instead, Liverpool delivered a display that summed up the problems of the Slot era. Heavy possession with little penetration, slow ball circulation, defensive uncertainty, and a lack of urgency defined the performance. Burnley, organised and fearless, grew in belief as the match progressed and punished Liverpool late on, escaping with a point that felt like a defeat for the home side. The boos at full time were rare and symbolic. Patience had run out. Inside the dressing room, doubts had already begun to surface before the Burnley game. Sources close to the squad indicate that several senior players were struggling to fully trust Slot's tactical direction. Constant changes in shape, inconsistent pressing structures, and unclear roles left players uncertain during matches. Against Burnley, these issues were once again exposed. Liverpool looked disjointed, reactive, and mentally fragile, unable to impose themselves or manage key moments with authority. For a club built on intensity, identity, and belief, this was deeply alarming. Emergency meetings were held immediately after the match involving ownership, senior executives, and football leadership. The verdict was unanimous. Liverpool could not afford to drift any further. The risk of missing out on Champions League qualification, combined with declining performances and growing dissatisfaction within the squad, forced decisive action. Slot's departure was described internally as painful but unavoidable. The club believed that delaying the decision would only deepen the damage. Arne Slot arrived at Liverpool with optimism and expectation. His attacking philosophy and previous success suggested a progressive appointment for a new era. However, the reality proved far more difficult. Injuries, defensive instability, and repeated dropped points undermined his tenure. While there were flashes of attractive football, they were overshadowed by alarming inconsistency, particularly in matches Liverpool were expected to dominate. The Burnley draw was not an isolated failure, but the culmination of weeks of frustration and declining confidence. Supporter reaction has been mixed, but largely resigned. Some believe Slot deserved more time to embed his ideas, while many others feel standards had slipped too far. What united most fans was the feeling that Anfield no longer felt like a fortress. Under Slot, too many opponents arrived believing they could compete, survive, and even control spells of games. That loss of fear factor struck at the heart of Liverpool's identity. The deeper issue was inconsistency. Liverpool under Slot never looked like a team with a clear, reliable identity. Pressing patterns changed, defensive lines shifted, and game management often failed. Leads were surrendered, momentum lost, and weaker sides allowed back into matches. Tactical confusion and slow in-game reactions repeatedly cost points. At the highest level, this unpredictability is fatal. Mental strength also eroded. Liverpool sides of the past, from the era of Bill Shankly through to modern success, were defined by resilience and authority. Under Slot, the team too often appeared fragile when challenged. Conceding goals led to panic rather than response, reflecting a lack of leadership and control from the touchline. Liverpool now move forward with an interim solution while evaluating long-term options. The message from the club is clear. This decision is about protecting standards, restoring belief, and reasserting identity. The Burnley draw will be remembered not for the scoreline, but for its consequences. At Liverpool, especially at Anfield, failure to deliver has a heavy price. and Arne Slot ultimately proved not to be the right fit for a club that demands consistency, authority, and relentless ambition. Liverpool is reportedly considering a move to sign 21-year-old defender Ousmane Diaw from FC Midtjylland. This development comes in light of Manchester City's recent acquisition of Marc Guehi, which has prompted Liverpool's recruitment team to recalibrate their defensive strategy. According to PL Bold, Liverpool is now monitoring Diaw with serious intent, as his profile has rapidly gained prominence due to the evolving needs of Liverpool's backline. Diaw, a Senegal international, has been on Liverpool's radar for some time, but recent circumstances have intensified their interest. Scouts from several major European clubs have frequently visited Herring this season, yet Liverpool is understood to be paying particularly close attention to Diaw. This pursuit is not seen as a reactionary measure, but rather a well-considered shift following the missed opportunity to sign Guehi. The urgency for a new centre-back is underscored by Liverpool's current defensive situation. Ibrahima Konate is in contract discussions, Giovanni Leone is facing a lengthy injury layoff, and Joe Gomez has struggled to consistently perform as a reliable partner for Virgil van Dijk. Diaw's physical presence and technical skills make him an appealing option for Liverpool. He has demonstrated composure under pressure, strength in aerial duels, and the ability to defend in high spaces, all of which align with manager Arne Slot's tactical requirements. Diaw's performances in Europe this season further highlight his potential. He has started 5 of 6 Europa League matches, scored twice, kept 3 clean sheets, and averaged 6.2 clearances per game. His success in winning 67% of aerial duels showcases his reliability and dominance in defensive situations. Domestically, he has also made 8 starts in the Superliga, contributing a goal and an assist while maintaining an impressive 85% pass completion rate. This suggests that he is not only adept defensively, but also comfortable in possession, capable of progressing play rather than merely clearing danger. Diaw is familiar with Liverpool players, having previously faced Hugo Ekitike in European competition, which adds to his suitability for the club. This move reflects Liverpool's long-term strategy of identifying emerging talent before it reaches peak market value. While Diaw may not have the same profile as Guehi, his attributes suggest he could develop into a crucial player for Liverpool over time. Under Slot, Liverpool is reshaping its defensive unit with a mix of proven leaders and carefully selected prospects, with Diaw representing the latter. In addition, Liverpool has received a boost in their pursuit of Nico Schlotterbeck after missing out on Guehi. Bayern Munich has reportedly cooled its interest in the Borussia Dortmund defender, which could open the door for Liverpool. While the January transfer window has been relatively quiet for the Reds, they are still exploring options to strengthen their defensive lineup. Schlotterbeck may have risen on Liverpool's list of centre-back targets now that Guehi is no longer an option. Liverpool is also interested in Gviro Red, a right-back from Feyenoord who played under Slot in Rotterdam. Reports indicate that both Liverpool and Manchester City are potential rivals for Red's signature, and while Bayern Munich is targeting a summer move, they are not in a rush to